I don't really know why. If you're looking for having a happy Christmas, I probably wouldn't watch this video. I don't really know why I'm doing it. I suppose just so I can look back in future and just be like, that was a mad time. Christmas Day, I've never felt so alone. Like, not seeing my kids, not seeing my wife, who still is my wife, who, despite fucking me over a lot, I just know that her mental health's not good, and this sort of caused the whole thing. And it's just purposely orchestrated by my parents, my mum especially, my dad and my sister enabling it, and it's just, if someone that never lies, never fucks anyone over, what's that? Nice guys finish last. But I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good person. There's a difference. Nice guys are doormats. I'm not a doormat. Just treat people how you want to be treated. It's just that so many just cunts just get away. Well, they don't get away with it. They think they get away with it. Karma and God see all of it. I really have to, like, what's the word? Really hold on to my faith, especially today. It's just. I thought I had no presents. It turns out nursery gave me something, and Daniela bought me something from Leonardo. So I do have one. The dogs have got they're not aware of yet. Wrapping questionable. I don't even really know what to say. Walking around the last few days has been quite tough, just with all the Christmas lights and stuff, and everyone being like excited and whatever. It's just giving him back to the nursery yesterday, giving nursery presents, and I could go up to my grandparents today, but I've been absolutely smashing ashwagandha and St. John's wort. Like, definitely taking way more than the recommended dose. Wait for it to kick in now. The mornings are always tough. I wake up and it's just like the reality of everything just hits me, especially like this week and today or whatever. And just waiting for them to kick in. It's just like this time where I just feel everything. I've got to get up, take the dogs out. I mean, I'm very grateful for the dogs because if I didn't have them, I'd feel lost. Which I noticed the other day when I didn't have them. I have only a handful of days I've not had them in the last. When did Danielle leave? This time last year. A year and a week. So I've not had very many days without them. And because I've been so stressed, it was always like welcome relief or whatever, just because I needed space. Just tidy up really. But then the other day it was like empty feeling more. So I do appreciate them, even though Red was pulling like mad this morning, being annoying. They just need training. Dogs just need boundaries and love. And raw food seems to be way better. with like yeast and what am I talking about? Yeah, I guess part of these videos is feeling like I've got company. Could go to my grandparents, but I just want us to have fair enough. It's not that simple with the dogs, and it's just not seeing Leonardo today is just killer. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a little bit suicidal the other day. It pisses me off when I say things like that because I'd never do it because I couldn't leave Leonardo with the scars. 'Cause suicide doesn't stop the pain; it just moves it to someone else. And whatever I'm going through, no matter how bad it is, I never would do that to him. I'm sure my mum especially would be quite pleased. Imagine that. Imagine that. Like your own mum, family being the ones that purposely cause you downfall. Imagine how that would feel like. Imagine how much that is to process. You introduce anything good into your life, and then you tell them about it, and they purposely destroy it. Like my own, like flesh and blood. Blood is thicker than water. No. So I also said to my dad quite subtly, they've gone to Australia. My sister and my dad, my mum and my brother-in-law, all gone to Australia. They're not seeing my dad and granddad. I don't get people. I don't get people like that. Like that like, I just don't get that. Nasty, mean. I said to my dad the other day, I've said it a few times now, I would never treat anyone the way that you treat your own son. I've literally begged. I've begged, I've pleaded, I've shouted, I've cried, that's why like part of me thinks now like maybe they're not my family. Like you hear like mystics or tarot readers or whatever. I try not to watch that stuff anymore because I watched a thing about Catholicism and they're saying that the occult, which is like tarot cards and stuff, is actually like a segue into witchcraft and devil energy. So I stopped watching. I was watching it a lot because I was finding it was helping me. I was watching this guy in particular, Chosen 144. He's really good. He's really, really helpful. Just like watching the readings and giving me hope and I guess another thing was like feeling not alone as well. Yeah, they're all off in Australia. I'm just look. Even that, I was even gonna get them. I invested in some wine a few years ago. I was even gonna give them a bottle. There's the thing for it. But I thought it might look like. Well, I did think it might look like kill them with kindness, and then it was kind of like, well, just let them do whatever. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to get into that like cycle of tit for tat. So it was just better just to leave it. It has hurt a lot. Like, just it's supposed to be about family time, isn't it? My family are not okay in the head. They must have had a lot of shit happen to them. I think my dad got battered at boarding school a bit. He went to boarding school in the 70s. I think that thing of like feeling abandoned and then getting battered when he was there. I think it's like a public school, boarding school. So I don't think he had the best time there. And then my mum's dad left when she was like 7. I think my nan drank a lot. But you've got a choice. Everyone's got a choice. You know, like at the start of every movie, like a superhero movie, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's granddad dies or whatever, and then he uses that pain and his ability or whatever to manifest that and put that into being the hero. Whereas you've got whoever it is, the Green Goblin, who also goes through trauma, but then decides to be the bad guy because of it. And it's an archetype in life. Like you can choose. You go through shit, and you can choose whether you want to start taking it out on people, or you want to stop other people from feeling like that. It's mad though, you know, because like they taught me some really, really good life lessons, but they just don't adhere to any of them. Like, treat people how you want to be treated. Always be honest. And I think because I'm probably slightly on the spectrum, I'm very like matter of fact. I don't really have much of a filter because of like ADHD or whatever. So it's just I'm just completely authentic all the time. And sometimes people read it wrong a lot, and I don't like. I met up with a friend yesterday, his missus, and I was telling them a story about this dickhead in Catalonia, this doctor who was like purposely being difficult and not helping us, and then he was being cocky twat, and he was going, hey, you understand, well, we can't help you, you understand, in the end of it. I was telling them the story about him winking, and I did it. I was just talking to both of them, and I did it. And I said I winked, and I did it, and I said to his my mate's missus. And obviously, did it to him, and I was like, I realised, I was like, oh shit! I hope they didn't think that I was like winking at his missus. So I sent them both voice note yesterday. Shit, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But that's like just an example of there's nothing behind what I'm saying. Generally, it's more like. This is there's no motive. That makes sense. Motives, I don't really understand. I do understand them. Just that like nuance of conversation, I don't have the. Like the example I always give is that one of my friends is really into philosophy because I'm into philosophy. But then I realised it was not really a friend anymore. It let me down. But then I realised that he was into philosophy to look like he wanted to look to other people like he was into philosophy. Like that meant that he was like deep, like intellectual or whatever. I don't know. And that thing of like doing something to appear something doesn't. I don't really get it. I get it intellectually. I suppose I used to do it. I mean, a lot of the drivers when I was younger, when I was hanging around with a certain crowd, was like, if you're in shape, you've got good clothes, then you'll be able to get with girls. I just do stuff because I like it. It doesn't really enter my head. Boxing, I suppose, is a good example. I love doing it. I love boxing. I don't necessarily like the blood sport side of it, but I just love doing it. We do get some, yeah, to be fair, less so now, but I've been in some gyms where like there's proper scallies and they like proper screwball you. The fuck you doing here, lad? What you about? So, you do get it. I think less so now with the Misfits thing. Misfits things and footers boxing is probably going to have a really beneficial effect on boxing because it's bringing a new audience, a less 10 men audience, more like the Misfits crowd are more family orientated and stuff, and I think that's ultimately going to end up blending with normal boxing. Over time, the two things will end up blending, and it'll benefit boxing a lot because the more people that box, the better the world will be. Because people, if you box, you learn how to fight in the street, so you don't have to fight you learn how to fight in the ring, so you don't have to fight in the street. And once you get over that initial like I'm hard, I think if drink's involved, it probably is different. Obviously, I don't drink and go out to like nightclubs or whatever. Perhaps that would exacerbate. But at the end of the day, like you learn honour, you learn discipline, you're learning a skill development. It's good for your physical and mental health. It's amazing. Women should 100% learn how to box. That's one of the really big things that I want to do in life is set up a women-only boxing gym. Because like, especially my missus, my Daniela, or whatever, she's so strong. That girl could be a boxing champion of the world in 4 years. If you learn the technique of how to punch, mate, she's well strong. She's stronger than over half of men, I would say. She's well strong. And then also, but what it does is it feeds into life. So like, you become less scared of confrontation in a sense but that feeds into like normal life. So like if someone's like, so say someone's trying to, say you're dealing with someone in, I don't know, say for example you go to a bathroom fitter and you're buying something and you clock that they're being a bit underhand, you'll say something because you're not scared of the confrontation, and it just feeds into life. It's really changed my life for the positive. I love it. I really love it. Confidence. It gives you confidence. Not confidence that you need to fight, confidence that you know you can, so that you don't need to, so that you don't. It's like saying like not being a doormat. It lights me up boxing, doesn't it? I'm just going through not a terribly nice day today, and then I start talking about boxing and I feel a bit better, and then it dawns on me that it's Christmas Day and I'm completely alone. I've been planning my walkout tunes and stuff. I'm going to throw myself into boxing. I can't do rugby at the moment because my back's just been, after that guy smashed into me. Also, I think because of the mind-body connection, the emotions that you feel, the things that are going on in your life manifest in different places. So a good example is the stress of feeling like you got the stress of the world on your shoulders. When you get like shoulder tightness, shoulder pain when you're stressed, that's why. That's where that comes from. And each energy system, your chakras, is linked to certain parts of that. So that one would be, obviously it's higher up, it would be stress. Or like your root chakra, this is probably where I get it from. And there's just in the lower down feelings of like safety and security and community and support. Support. Which, put it this way, I haven't been able to sit down for about 2 years, possibly longer now. It's been getting worse and worse, which has stopped me from pursuing the rugby thing. So, and when I get more sad, I do feel it tighten. And then I can notice, oh, that I feel sad and that's hurting more, so that's the link with my mind body. I miss my kid. It's not good. Be able to look back on this and just think, wow, that part in my life was mad. Sad. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm doing this, to be able to look back, not feel as lonely. I don't know what I'm going to do now. My hip and back are tightening a lot doing this video. Fuck. I'm just procrastinating because I don't want to face today. I started doing the car the other day as well. I did like an hour and a half video, and it's just the main thing is that it's kind of escapism. Like, I don't want to face today. I don't. Want to face it. It's here. Hello, mate. What was that with that dog before? That wasn't cool.